bdonbits, whatever you want.
A nice shiny new bdonbit.
Bdonbits a real winner.
There's always room for bdonbit. Just gotta love bdonbits.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 5 of the bdonbits podcast. I'm your host. My name is Brandon. I have with me today my friend Josh. Say hello, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
This is gonna happen every time. Yeah, if this is your first time listening, also last time I had Albert, and then he did the exact same thing, except he said hi, Albert. So
we'll keep this trend going.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. So this is a show where I talk about my latest passions, projects, and playlists with a guest. We talk about what we've been passionate about lately, what we've been working on, and what we've been listening to. So I guess we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So for me, what I've been passionate about lately is kind of this podcast, I guess, a little bit. It's just kind of fun to have friends come over, hang out for a bit in a one-on-one setting, and just get to know a little bit more via a conversation that you wouldn't probably have every day, because we're not talking about the weather and I don't know, your latest back pains and stuff like that. So
exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. It's been fun. Kind of it's been 3 weeks since the last one with Albert, and I've since got to set up the YouTube channel, which this video will go up on if you're gonna watch that.
Subscribe to it.
Yeah, subscribe. Hey guys, if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Follow me on Patreon.
It's right here.
Yeah,
right here,
it'll be right. I don't even know how to put it on an annotation yet, so I'll figure that out for next time. Actually, my last video got, I think it's at 59 views now.
Killing it.
Killing it, yeah.
Killing it.
I don't know how to deal with all this fame. It's I got so much money coming in, don't know what to do with. It's just making it rain every day. Not
man,
really.
I gotta sort out all the thrown out panties, man.
Yeah, I had to take my address off so I'd stop filling up my mailbox with all these panties.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got the YouTube channel set up. What else happened? Got approved to be in iTunes and Stitcher. That I thought it was going to be some arduous process, and they're going to actually listen to everything you say and be like, oh, we don't like this. We have to maintain quality standards on iTunes. Yeah. Yeah, but no, luckily it was okay. It only took a day. In order to set up your podcast status, you have to have what's called an RSS feed for all of your podcast episodes, which is basically a web URL that you go to, and then you can have all of your podcast episode information there. So luckily SoundCloud had a free version, so I didn't have to pay for nothing. But I did pay for a website. I actually bought bdonbits.com.
It's a start.
Yeah,
think of it as an investment.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
That too. I thought that was going to be super expensive, but no, it was $25 for 2 years to have the domain name.
It's not bad.
Yeah, and then I just used the GoDaddy website maker, which I have
GoDaddy. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I looked at Squarespace and Wix. They're more expensive, but obviously they have the nicer customization tools. And
it's true.
Yeah, because you had a Squarespace.
I did have a
thing.
Squarespace before. That was hella expensive. I mean, even though I used because at the time I was working where you could actually get a discount if you register your email address. So even though I saved 15 to 20% off, I was thinking, wait, I paid for this for the whole year. I'm just how am I going to stretch this? So I'm just trying to come out with different content, and it was about $140 for the year. And
I'm
trying to even it out. And I'm yeah, it's not too bad.
What was on your website again?
Oh, it was basically the name of my website was it's pretty cheesy.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
It was eatlaughlift.com.
It's the bros eat, pray, love.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that I wanted to portray it was just kind of more of just for everybody to share their content and then share it with me, and then I would put it on a website. So let's just say if I still had the website, I would probably talk about your ongoing project right now, or if you just told me, hey Josh, you should check out this restaurant. Okay, I would publish that, what I would think, and then say if somebody were to say, hey, for this back exercise or something, I got something that I'd have that into the lift category.
So it'd just be like this, like just a big blog about those.
Pretty much, yeah. It was just a big blog for 3 different topics, and a lot of people they just put under one. But I'm like, I could split this up.
Yeah.
But then I realized I started to put more into the eat category than all the other ones, and I just figured I'm just like, okay, this is turning into a food blog now.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. You can probably get like some special treatment at the restaurants.
It wasn't too bad because I figured I was like, if I could have all these restaurants, I wasn't looking to be featured on anything, but it's like if I can just say like a bunch of these restaurants, share it with friends, and just be like, oh, I've never been there, I want to go check it out. Then I realized that's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Just going to a bunch of restaurants, spending a bunch of money, trying a bunch of food. So you got to make it worth it.
You could consider it an investment.
I could, yeah. But then for the investment of gaining an additional 20 pounds is not entirely worth it.
I thought of that though, because like there's those YouTube channels where people just like eat a bunch of food. Yeah. And it's somehow
so
just
envious.
right? You make money just by eating food and like just putting it on YouTube. Yeah, that'd be fun. You can put some money up front to buy the food and like set up everything, and then maybe it becomes self-sustaining after you gain like 40 pounds.
Can you imagine never having to pay for food again? Just get a full sponsor to something that's like, hey, we want you to try a restaurant. It's like, I'm down. I'm totally down for that.
Oh, that's the dream. Yeah.
If only.
Yeah, I was thinking like, it's thinking about the podcast more and like, I guess envisioning what future episodes might look like or who I might get to talk to and how frequent I'll do it, where it's going to be, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I think like, I'd be pretty happy doing it like more often. And then I have no idea how you would make money with like this format of podcast, unless I have like some guy come and you're wearing like a Tide Pods shirt. Like, on today's episode, we're going to talk about Tide Pods.
I'm so glad that's almost to the end of that phase now.
I don't know, man. It's like I feel like I just started hearing about stupid people eating Tide Pods like last month, and then I saw the memes like half a year ago, and I'm like, oh, that's I don't understand like why there's these like Tide Pods memes at the time, but now like people on the news are like, yeah, these kids are eating Tide Pods, like, oh.
And it's just like, it's we'd like to think it's common sense, but clearly it's not.
No.
And it's like, it's come to the point where Health Canada is starting to say, just like, hey, kids, stop eating it. Come on. If the government is telling you to stop, I think you should stop. And it's just to the point where it's just like, they're trying to make themselves famous over it. It just doesn't make sense. You can make yourself famous by like, bet something slightly less stupid and risky, like
and harmful to your body.
Let's just say like farting into a can. Or something, putting in someone's face would get a lot more funny views than, say, eating a Tide Pod. Because nobody's at risk. It's all a joke. And then, that's what I feel the internet should be about. If you're trying to get famous.
The internet should be about farting in cans and throwing it in people's faces.
Yeah, watch. It's going to be trending.
That's the quote of this episode. What would the hashtag be for that? Fart in can?
I would say, can farts.
Can farts. Hashtag can farts. That's this episode's hashtag.
Dedicated to that. Okay.
Can farts.
That'll be featured. Instagram's probably not going to like it. They'll probably block it eventually, but we'll see.
No, I think fart is still appropriate because there's like no nudity.
Yeah. Flatulence.
Yeah.
It's a medical term.
It is. Yeah. It is a medical term. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so like the the format of the podcast would be like I have fun doing it and I'd like to do it more. But no idea what monetization is going to be like if it even gets to that point. We'll see. I think on YouTube I heard that it used to be super easy to just like put your video up and then like sign up for ads and then you'll get like money based on like thousands of views or something. This one guy I know, this one guy I know from work put up like a troll video that ended up getting like 20,000 views or something about how to like start a car using a roll of pennies or something. I don't remember like the exact. He didn't actually do it. It was just like basically a clickbait. And it got like 20,000 views. Yeah, that's like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 plus years ago, and it got all these views. He just like clicked the ad button. And he made like actually like $80 or something.
That's something.
Yeah, it's like it's not nothing. $80 over like 5 years, okay, whatever. But like at least it's $80 you didn't have for like putting up a video, which was how much effort. But now I hear that, excuse me, this ginger ale's building up.
I told you, getting there.
You did tell me.
That's why I had to stop.
Yeah, Josh chugged his ginger ale before the episode, so he wouldn't get gassy, and I'm making that mistake right now. But I don't know. That's my bad. But yeah, I heard now that you need at least 4,000 hours of total viewing time across all your videos in order to like be able to just sign up for the ads. So it's getting a little more quality assured.
And kind of more of like on a competitive range.
Yeah, it's like you have to be really serious about it if you want to make anything. You can't just like upload a troll video and get $80 for your 20,000 views, which is, I don't know. It's probably better overall, but yeah.
Because I think the thing with YouTube, especially now, is like they want to maintain that traffic all the way through.
Yeah, they don't want to put
like
garbage.
So if you just think, you're clogging up your server, say with like dumb content.
Yeah.
Like Tide Pod's perfect example.
Yeah.
Bring that back again. It's like, although it could be recurring in terms of people want to see you being an idiot. But on the other end of things, it's just like, YouTube doesn't want to have that on there because they know it's going to get flagged. They're going to drop. There's no space for the ads.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
if you have content that's actually important and relatable to other individuals who are thinking, like,
that's sticky
that's why
content.
It's really important to subscribe.
I'm just gonna add this button like every 5 minutes on the video.
And then when people start to come back to it, then they start to say, "Oh, there's a lot of traffic going towards this video. We'll allow ads."
Yeah, that's true.
Or something like that. Although like there is like the odd like ad blocker extension or whatever, But in terms of, it's about income in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when I see sponsored videos as an example, like if I'm, say, like watching some, like, I don't know, let's say US Fashion Week or something, or CNN is a great example. So if you go to CNN, not only are they already like $1 million corporation, but now they're making additional money on top of that because of all the extra ads that they have in their YouTube videos.
That's true.
And it's just like, to them, that's just pennies. Yeah. But to everybody else, that's
means
could
something.
Be an actual income for them.
Yeah.
Something extra. Especially if you can make money off of a hobby. I mean, like, hey, I'm not
That's
telling you
dream.
to stop doing that. Exactly. It is the dream.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, like about now I'm blanking out, going back to the Tide Pod thing. This thing just needs to like leave my brain. I'm like,
everybody's brain.
The more that I'm hearing about it, I'm like, maybe I should try that. I'm like, no, it's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Expensive too.
Are they actually?
They're actually pretty expensive because, I mean, like, if you're going to do laundry, let's just say, it's going to cost you about $2 a pod anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like, usually about $1.50 to $2. But now you can't even go to the store now and bring it up to the cashier because you're just going to get stupid looks every single time now. So it's just like, what do you do?
The cashier's just going to be like, not going to eat these, are you? You know you can't eat.
Well, it's to the point that Tide had to change their labels and it says, do not consume.
Oh, my God.
Like, come on. You actually had to, like, a corporation actually had to change their labels because people are that stupid. It's ridiculous.
How dumb is it going to... There's going to be, like, I don't know, bags of firewood being sold and said, don't stick genitalia in between logs.
Please avoid rectal use or something like that. It's just like, there is going to be some sort.
Please chop into fine pieces prior to rectal use.
Exactly. Or something like that. If they disintegrate, fine. They'll change the technology around it. Oh, no.
It's okay. Don't worry. I just spilled a little bit of my ginger ale. It didn't leak onto any equipment. Josh is being kind enough to grab me some paper towel.
Well done.
Too much sugar before the episode. I got no chill now, but yeah, it'll be okay. The show will go on. Don't worry. So yeah, that's kind of. I remember what I was going to mention earlier. Now, with regard to like kind of managing the podcast, is before, like, when I was doing the podcast a couple of years back and just getting it started, I was listening to a lot of other podcasts on how to like kind of create your online business and work from anywhere, kind of doing whatever you want. And one of those, what was his name? I think Pat Flynn was his name. He had a couple podcasts, like Ask Pat, where he'd do like 5-10 minute blasts on like home business questions and like podcast management stuff. And he has the one that he got started with, I think, was called Simple Passive Income, which is, I think, a lot of people's goals when they're trying to do something like this is to have like some passive income on the side that you can just keep, like, set it and forget it, and then it gives you a little bit each month or whatever. And his big thing, his big thing was you gotta set up your mailing list. So collect like emails of all the people you know, and then blast them whenever like you want to get the word out on something. And then apparently that helps a lot when like say I have a new episode coming out. I'm like, hey, new episode's out. Check it out on iTunes or whatever. Check out the YouTube video, and then you kind of direct your base to give you those more viewing hours and more podcasts and
Creating
stuff.
your own traffic per se.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like kind of like, building it on your own instead of having to do like search engine optimization or SEO for the technical people out there. Yeah. Which I think is also important too if you like really want to do it. But I don't know. It's going to get to the point where your hobby becomes like an obsession almost, and then it has to demand more time from you. Maybe you can't do this on the side and it becomes your job, which I don't know. Yeah. With my job anyway, I wouldn't have the ability to like do anything podcast related during work hours, and sometimes after work hours it's like I'm too tired to like do anything podcast related. But weekends are fine. It's a nice chill time. I don't know. How's
pressure as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess it would have been better to like start this way earlier in the episode, but for people who don't know who you are, if you could tell us just a little bit about yourself. Now that we're 15 minutes in.
Yeah, it's your channel.
Yeah, you don't have to tell us the company you work for or anything, but maybe just give us an idea of like what you do, where you're coming from, what interests you, what made you want to share your message on the show to all of my...
Basically, with every passion that I have, I could talk for hours.
Yeah.
But just simplifying things would be great. I've throughout, I guess, like my adulthood and like pre-adult hood, I guess we call them teenagers nowadays or whatever.
Just teenage years.
We can't stand, obviously. But I guess like as a teenager growing up, I worked like everywhere else, started in fast food. Where did I go from there? I thought, you know what? I want to make more money. How am I going to make more money? But I want to make my own money and not try to work for somebody else. So kind of being that middle person.
Yeah.
I ended up working for, I could actually say the company because they don't exist anymore, is Future Shop.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because Future Shop now being completely replaced by Best Buy. The company itself, I made a lot of money from there as a teenager. What we saw was a lot of money.
Yeah.
We thought this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And so I decided, okay, what am I going to do from here? I actually decided to actually go to school for what I'm doing and not to work retail, because anybody can work retail if you really think about it. But then I actually decided to do a business administration marketing diploma. Now, doing that, I decided that I'm just like, you know what? How am I going to pay for this education when I know that I'm making an exceptional amount of money here, but how am I going to make it better? So I sort of centralized myself into, rather than just talking about electronics, selling electronics, I actually transitioned over to photography, which is the department I was working. I'm not like, say, a photo bug, as a lot of people would think.
Yeah.
But I did work for another company that does not exist anymore, Black's Photography.
It's totally correlation.
You can see that there's a
Companies
trend
are not
going
failing
on.
because of you.
And the thing is, like with them, I've learned a lot for like not only the selling wise, but also just sharing hobbies was the biggest thing. Because Because like at Future Shop, I could talk to some people who like taking photos, but then they just post it on Facebook anyway. Whatever, who cares? Or even MySpace was slowly phasing out then, but a lot of people did have photo albums on there too. But when I transitioned over to Black's Photography, just working there allows me to share kind of more of like the more expensive tools. Like what's the benefit of, this lens versus this lens, and just thinking. So it's kind of more of like on the job training was what I had to do a lot of.
Okay.
And I guess like my education background helped in that sense and allowed me for a better understanding. For everything. And so I started, I liked the sales. I liked it a lot. Then I decided, you know what? Cameras are actually dying out. It's a dying phase, if you really think about it. People had this crazy obsession with the bigger the camera, the bigger the lens, the better of a photographer you're going to be.
Yeah.
And then smartphones happened. They wanted the more compact one. This is actually being filmed on a
Google Pixel 2. The ad will appear right here.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the free advertising, Google. Which shouldn't be free. I'll come after you for payment later.
No kidding. I would say just put. We should start bringing Google shirts.
Actually have one.
Oh really? Oh my god.
It's like the old school logo though. It was like Google came and did like an event at school and like gave out some free shirts or something. Yeah.
Retro gear.
Retro gear.
That's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when it came to cell phones, I actually went into from camera sales to cell phone sales now. And then the reason why I want to go into cell phone sales because they're so easy to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you have kids 14, 15, 16 asking their parents for the latest cell phones. Are you kidding me? Like, for me being a brat back then,
yeah,
I knew exactly how the mind of a brat works. So I knew that if I can convince the kid that they need this phone, they're obviously going to ask their parents. Mm-hmm. And so that was one of the biggest selling features of myself. So I
leveraged the mindset.
Yeah, so I had a lot of like I would like to say young customers, but in reality it was their parents buying the phones.
Yeah.
I ended up working for I think it was 2 major cell phone companies. One of the biggest ones here, Rogers.
Yeah.
And then before I transitioned over to Virgin Mobile. The reason for that switch basically was that Rogers was it's not the strongest in the West Coast. It's usually in the East Coast. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Of course, with the coverage here, it's great. No, yes, it's spotty within areas, but Virgin started to get a lot bigger because they transitioned more towards the younger community.
And they got bought up by Bell, right?
They're actually not bought by Bell. They're actually affiliated with Bell.
Oh, I see.
Because Virgin Mobile, is based out of the UK. Richard Branson, I believe it is. Yeah, like he started his own company, the Virgin Records, and then so now is their own thing. And then they had Virgin Airlines, and then as soon as they're done with the whole Virgin Records kind of thing, because who buys records now? A bunch of hippies, and then they created Virgin Mobile. How were they going to make it into the Canadian markets? So they basically had a huge bid.
Yeah.
And then who's going to be using the towers? And Bell won that bid. And
so they kind of bid on who's going to have that affiliation.
Exactly. And then so Bell's making a bunch of money on this. Just because Virgin Mobile, their previous platform before was just like, this tab system or whatever. And then I wasn't working at Virgin at the time when they had this tab system. I was actually more of a user back then for Virgin Mobile. And I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. But they started to rebrand themselves, and then in the meantime as well, I was also rebranding myself as well. Why I say that is because not only was I finishing my education back then, but I was starting to get a better understanding, actually implementing it into my day-to-day, even my day-to-day interactions to both in and out of work. Yeah. And then so now when I'm starting to sell the Virgin Mobile brand, I'm also selling myself as well. Because I felt I'm 21, 22. I am that target market. Yeah. So now I could just say, it's I'm a virgin of Bell. Or, sorry, a virgin.
You're a virgin at Bell?
I'm a virgin of Bell. I'm an employee at Virgin.
Yeah.
And you can actually be a user at Virgin. Here are all the benefits. Now, another thing that really struck me as well, and that I got such a clear understanding of it, is their advertising. It's so perfect. What do kids like more than cell phones?
I don't know, man. I feel too old now to make the call.
Themselves.
Okay.
Exactly. So the thing with Virgin Mobile, what they did is they started giving discounts to Sport Check, H&M, free movie tickets. So now they started to say, okay, we got these 16, 17-year-olds, actually using our services based on what their parents have bought them. Yeah. How are we going to retain them as customers and encourage them to keep buying and using their services throughout the whole entire lifetime as much as they can? And so they started giving 10% off coupons, Virgin Mobile. Buy 2 for $1 Cineplex movie tickets. Kids love to treat themselves. So that's exactly what they did. Oh. And then, I just thought it was absolutely genius.
That is, yeah. I never even knew that.
Yeah. And so when they changed over that platform, a few years ago, I just figured, I'm just man, it's what else am I going to do here? So then I decided, you know what? I need to change again. So I noticed that a lot of the kids that I was talking to were actually existing university students. So as I started to talk to more students every single day, basically, because I have these fresh 18-year-olds starting school. They're off their parents' contracts, unfortunately, because they're just like, oh, you're going to school? This is your own thing. Because, that's just the way it is. Like, when I started school, I was off my parents' plans so fast. They're just like, oh, you're on your own. So it's like, not quite kicked out of the house, but you're kicked off the cell phone plan. So you kind of have to get your own thing going.
That's the first step.
Yeah, it's always the first step. And then while I was working there, they were students, but they were also, broke students because, they don't have, the money to buy the new phone. So they have to use their existing phone to get Virgin services. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, what's the lifestyle of a student like? And that sort of sparked something else in my mind because, both you and I, we were both post-secondary students before. We know exactly what it's like. We're done. Yeah. That chapter in our life.
I'm so done, bro.
So done. By the way, I'm going back to school, so...
So you're not quite done.
I'm not quite done. I kind of invited myself back into that, but yeah. Anyways, I'll save that for later. But then I started to think about, as a student, I had zero help for what I was basically throughout my whole entire university career. So how did I have to get student loans? I looked it up myself. Yeah. How do I apply? I looked it up myself. And so I was like, there's a lot of kids that don't know what to do. Yeah. And so now, in this day and age, we're actually done with the millennial period. We're actually transitioning to the Generation Z. Right. We could go on a whole other topic of that. But just to simplify things, at the time when I started thinking about that was actually when I wanted to go into student services. And so student services made me rebrand myself again because I could take what I've been doing selling a product. What am I going to do to sell a lifestyle? Because the thing is, a student lifestyle is very different nowadays than what it was in like the 80s and the 90s. Oh, yeah. Because now you have a lot more different opportunities. There's some jobs now where you could just go in straight to basically from high school. Now you can't anymore. For example, like going to some field in the engineering, into some engineering, electrical, anything like that, really. You can't do that anymore straight from high school. You have to have a certificate or a degree in something. Right. And so now students don't know, or actually I shouldn't call them students yet, but like kids don't know, or like up and coming adults don't know what the next steps are. So I figured I'm just like, what? I didn't know what to do. So how can I help these students out? So now working at the University of Alberta actually helped me out with that. Nice. And but yeah, it was just kind of like gave me an opportunity to put the sharking of sales behind me and actually focus on being more of I don't want to say an empathetic individual, but kind of more of like an understanding of these students coming in. Because the transition from high school to post-secondary was rough. Yeah, absolutely rough. It's rough for everybody.
I feel like it's just getting progressively harder and harder too.
Exactly. And like, because even now, when a lot of students want to take that year off, it's perfectly okay. Back then, like if you wanted to take a year off, parents would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why don't you just go straight to school? You're done school anyway. Might as well just keep going. And so that mentality now, it's being kind of changed over to, because the millennials now are thinking, yo, man, you should just take a break a little bit. Find yourself, go on vacation.
Why does your millennial impression just sound like someone who's stoned all the time?
Because they're the new hippies. Okay. Now, if you think about it, because we're always about, like, finding your inner self or, like, trying to, figure out what's actually going on. And,
I guess so, yeah. I want to make an impact and everything.
Exactly, because it's like, we've already gone through that. Yeah. Now, so we're trying to shake it up and like just change that over to the newer generation now.
We're trying to hook them on our avocado toast.
Exactly. $6 a toast. Come on, are you kidding me? It still sense to them. And then, so that's when I wanted to go into student services. And there's just so much when it comes to it because you have so many different things outside of academics. It's not all about school. When you think about basically for what I do for my career now. It's not a job anymore. I can classify it as a career, which is a big plus. Being like 26 in a week. Oh, just thinking about
you can't say that when I'm like older than you too.
But just thinking about that now, it's like not a lot of people like, our age, don't even have a career. They're still doing a lot of odd jobs every now and then. And like just, helping those current students now, even incoming high school students, figuring out what does a career mean to you is a big deal. Oh, and sure. Like it's so satisfying to see somebody who's like a first year or a second year student. And now when I talk to them, say like, they come and visit me or whatever on campus, and then I see that they're convocating, it's such a satisfying feeling.
Yeah,
just knowing that they didn't give up.
Yeah.
They kept in their same career, their same
trajectory.
Academics, they didn't change, their grades didn't, drop or anything. They've maintained that for the whole entire time. It's such a different satisfaction than selling somebody a cell phone.
In that case, do you feel like it's almost like you're the parent, but not really the parent?
A little bit.
Like,
I would say
they're all grown up.
I would say as a parent, because I'm so like, if I was a parent to those kids, I would just be like, oh great, now what, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now with mine, it's like, oh, you're convocating. I don't have to tell them now what. It's like
that's true.
I've done my part.
You've done your part.
Exactly. So now it's up to them afterwards. So I don't get additional stress on top of that.
If
they ask, like, oh, what job can I get with this degree? It's like, oh, it's not my field. It's like,
you're like a parent with benefits.
Exactly.
No commitment.
No commitments at all. And yeah, that's why I wanted to make that change. But yeah, I figured it's better for myself. I wouldn't classify it as almost like a passion, but it's definitely something that, I really do enjoy doing.
That's
but
what passion is.
But the thing is, like, not making it to the sense where I want to like go out of my way to.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Like to like working extra long hours or anything like that, or putting extra brain power into it is what I like.
On that note, though, of things that you would want to go out of your way for, I think you did talk about this with me and my wife before, about your passion for fashion and skincare and everything. So I think it would be interesting for you to tell us a little bit about that too.
So I've kind of got into it like within the last year.
Yeah.
I would say is kind of like where I started, but the only reason why I started thinking about this a year ago is because thinking, what the hell is up with all these clothes coming out? I'll take, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for it. Yeah. But like Yeezys, the perfect example that I always keep bringing up. I'm sorry for those people that do have Yeezys. You spend a lot of money on them, but they are the ugliest shoe I've ever seen. Okay,
that Yeezy hate.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. And first of all, who buys ripped clothes? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, jeans, if they're there's a little bit of wear and tear, fine,
tastefully ripped.
Why would you spend $400 on a ripped sweater? Where is the logic behind that?
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yep, and that is Kanye West's brand.
Oh.
Now, Kanye West is now, I guess, like an idol in the fashion industry just because of his brand and because it's himself. Okay? But the thing that I like about fashion is being practical with it. And actually not spending so much money in terms of the brands that you're buying. Like, if I'm going to get the same feel from a Zara suit that I'm going to get with a Hugo Boss suit, will people know that I'm wearing Hugo Boss? If I kept the tags on, probably. But the thing is, when you are wearing a Zara suit, it's not about what you're wearing, it's how you feel when you wear it. And that's what I think is really important. And then
selling the lifestyle.
Exactly. And so I've been following like a lot of Instagram pages and stuff. Like a lot of like my whole entire YouTube feed now, recommended pages and videos is just completely changed from what it was. It went from memes to fashion. So like that better part of a year I've been thinking about that. But yeah, one of the things that I do like about fashion the most is the fact that you can just customize it the way you want. Women have so many different choices for outfits, but I was just thinking, I was just like, what do guys have?
Yeah, because there's a formal event.
Yeah, we have a formal event, we just wear a suit.
Yeah.
We have a casual event, t-shirt and jeans. And then I was thinking, just like, what? No offense. Just kidding.
If you're not watching the video, I'm wearing t-shirt and jeans.
Exactly what you're wearing, yeah.
This is a casual event.
And then just thinking about, like how, like what, on top of fashion, what can make a man, look extra good? And it's, it's going to be their skin. Their skin's one of the main things. What I like to think is, even if a person says, oh, I don't, go for looks, full of shit. I hate to say it. Yeah, you do. It's the first thing you see in a person. Now, if you're
Unless you're like Drake and you're typing the word personality into your Pornhub search.
Drake is completely different exception because he is just full aesthetic. Like just everything about him. I was just like, first of all, like his hairline's always crisp, his beard's always trimmed, chiseled jaw. Like I'm just like, and he's fit too. Like I would say like he doesn't even need, to have. He could have like the cheapest clothes from Superstore.
Yeah.
All the way over to like everything Gucci.
Yeah.
And he's still going to be, completely fashionable is because of the way he looks. And then even with him, like where you start is because skin is going to be your foundation. And then so after several trips to Sephora with my girlfriend, I decided, I'm just like, you know what? The men's section is so small. And we've been going out for about 5 years now. And then now, as we progress through the years, we've made multiple Sephora trips together. Yeah. I could slowly see the men's sections getting bigger.
Oh, really?
And there's actually, now the Sephora employees are actually more trained in terms of you can actually use these products that are tailored to women for men. Oh. And so a lot of them now, they're changing the formulas around it so that it works for both men and women. And then for pretty much they want to make it work for everybody. Yeah. Because the thing is just like with men's skin, it's very like it's a different, I guess, what you should be using with your face is not going to be the same as what you're using, say for
your hands.
Woman's face, or even like your hands as well. And I used to, for me personally, I used to use Vaseline lotion everywhere. And, and then so like just like the brand of Vaseline, really, I used to use the lotion for everything. I just like
just fill up the tub, hop in,
so gross. Because I didn't know that their hand lotion or like their body lotion is not supposed to go on your face. And I'm like, I don't care. So I was wondering, why the frick am I so oily looking? I was thinking, I was like, I feel moisturized, but it's so different. So like, like why can't my skin look like this woman over here? But it's like I'm also don't want to be severely cracked, especially living here in a very flat province and
a very dry air.
So dry. That it's just like, do you want to lather yourself with this, or do you want to go to Bath and Body Works and just buy a bunch of stuff for women? Right. So that's why like Sephora has started to really change their formulas in terms of it's going to work for both skin types and then all like I guess sub skin types within men as well. So if they're really dry, really oily, or if they retain zero moisture in their skins, like everything works now. And it's perfect. I actually use women's brands face cream for myself. It's like Ole Henriksen, I think is the one that I'm using. And then when they
Henriksen. He owes money too.
Exactly. But even when they first came out, all of their ads, it was all women.
Oh, okay.
And then so now, when I started to see them use more of it on men, it was actually a suggestion. Then, like from a Sephora employee, I'm just like, I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a try. And then so I decided, I'm just like, you know what, this stuff works great. So I'm thinking, I was like, why don't they put it into like the men's section as well? But I was thinking, I was like, wait, but you know what? I'm in Sephora. I can shop for whatever I want.
Yeah.
So then now when I go to Sephora, now I don't feel as ashamed as going into there as I was, say, like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And I can just go in there freely. I need this. Yeah. And be like, okay, great. And then
it seems like there really has been kind of like more mind given to skincare over like the past 4 or 5 years too. With like the Face Shop coming over from Korea and like more of those products making their way into the skincare shops too. Yeah, definitely seeing more of a mix, which is it's really nice. Because I was on the same boat as you, where I was using a Vino instead of Vaseline, like everywhere, including my face. Yeah, which I thought was okay, but then I tried some real stuff, and it's just like your world changes, man. It's smooth.
Yeah, and now that you bring that up too, it's like the way that skincare is brought up in Asia. Completely different to what it is in Western culture. Like when it comes to Asian cultures, like it's especially like Korea, China, and like the Philippines is a great example when it comes to they have skin whitening now because apparently like whiten your skin makes you look richer.
we can see you in the video.
It's okay.
my wife is sneaking around trying to not make noise or appear in the video, but she
it's too much of an angle.
Yeah.
It just captures way too much.
See you later.
But then, yeah, like I said, it was just it's a completely new market down there. So now, like you said, with the face shop coming over, as soon as they opened up in West End, I was like, what is this place?
Yeah.
And then so I go in there, I'm just like, wow. I was like, there are so many options in here, but it's just like, what do I do? And then the thing is, with the employees there, they know that their stuff is for both men and women.
Yeah.
So then that's what they made it for. I'm thinking, it's like, this is freaking genius. This is an amazing business platform. And then so now, when they're like, whenever I go into that store, if I need a mask or something, they know exactly what I need just by looking at me.
Oh, awesome.
I'm thinking, I was like, oh, okay, you don't know me.
Yeah.
But then I start to listen to them more and actually like start to get their suggestions. And I start to realize, I'm thinking, I was just like, I don't know about my skin as much as I think I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing a lot more research, a lot more different testing of products, and it's actually really cool. If you just go into Sephora, you ask for a bunch of samples, and they're more than happy to do that.
Cool.
When I went to ask for a sample, say like 4 or 5 years ago, like it's not like they're not like they don't want to help me kind of thing. They're just like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, or like,
the stigma
are
kind
you
of changed,
sure
right?
you're sure?
Yeah.
Thinking, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
well, not anymore, thanks to you.
No. Because not at all. Because every time when I go in there now, they're a lot more open.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know, like, what their training is like, for their employees, but they completely changed.
That's good.
They're even offering more samples when I'm in the guy section to me than say I was a few years ago. They probably thought, because I also dressed like an idiot, or just thought just like, oh, this guy's broke, or this guy's like, about to steal some stuff. Watch him, kind of thing. But now when I go in there, they're always just like, it's like, oh, like, what are you using for your skin? I mean, like, I've even had like a couple of compliments too. It's just like, you look younger, and I'm like, how old did you think I was before? So so when you're not using those products, you look older. Yeah. And the thing is now, like, a lot of people want to retain their youth. Mm-hmm. So now you see a lot of those like anti-aging creams and stuff, which is hella expensive. Personally, I think it's a waste of money until you're actually old. Yeah. But now I think like that's why I think like skincare is so important, is because when you're actually starting to use all of the products and actually starting to see the effects of it, you want to spread the word. Yeah, to everybody, because it's just like, it's like, hey, we're in a very dry environment. You should use X product.
Yeah, or they're like they give you the compliments like, oh, you look so young and your face looks so smooth. You're like, thanks, bro. Sephora men's section, go check it out.
Yeah, exactly. And even doing stuff like not say like skin related, but just taking care of ourselves now. Like before, like those are the huge stigma. It's like, oh, whatever. Like if like, this is your face, too bad, you're ugly. Yeah. If there's nothing you can do to fix it. But now it's like we do stuff like, like eyebrow threading. I'll take that as an example. But by the way, I just got mine threaded last week. It's still
on fleek,
fresh.
brows on fleek.
It's always fresh. But now just doing that before, if I were to do that 5-6 years ago, they're going to be like, are you sure you're in the right place? But now it's just like, no problem.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because this like just came to my mind right when you were talking about that. I don't know what the reality show was or the movie or whatever, but it probably was like more than 5-6 years ago. And they're talking about this one candidate. It was like a dating show thing. And this one guy threaded his eyebrows or plucked his eyebrows or something. And the rest of the guys were like, do you really want to be with a guy who like plucks his eyebrows kind of thing? But now we're in the future. Like, do you really want to be with a guy who has the unibrow bush going on?
Exactly. Well, even it's just like a lot of that was also kind of more of this like, oh, dude, like, I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, but it's just like, just saying, oh, you taking care of like your eyebrows or something, that's so gay. But now it's just like,
it's not though. It's just like really self-care.
Not. Because like, if you think about it, like, yes, you may be like, a very small percentage that actually goes to an eyebrow threading place, and you don't get like your wife or your girlfriend to do it for you in like, your own bathroom. Yeah. But actually going to a professional and having this done to yourself. Yeah. Like,
and,
it's just...
and guys, like, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, for real, if you've never gotten your eyebrows threaded or like done before, it's like less than $10 most places, and it really makes a difference. So,
and it's
highly
far
recommend.
less painful than waxing.
Yeah, or doing it yourself sometimes. It hurts.
Because even just like the anticipation of yourself like with a pair of tweezers in the
Yeah,
hair.
you're gonna like
oh,
clench,
it's and
flinch.
you're just like, oh, and you don't want to pull the wrong hair too, because you're just like, oh crap, now I'm like short.
Now I
on one side.
have
What
no
do I do?
eyelashes left.
Not to that point.
We are getting up to like 3/4 of the hour, and I'd
Okay.
like to keep the whole show under an hour.
Yeah.
So maybe we can move on to like the songs that we want to talk about, and then finish off with a little mini mix. So in the next 5-10 minutes, we can talk about what's been on our playlist to kind of keep us going through our passions and projects lately. So what do you have?
Well, a lot of it before was like because I don't really attend raves that much now, but it's like, but house music has been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I used to love like progressive house, all of, like the big bangers. But now I'm just kind of more just like I really love the chill music.
Yeah.
And like if I do want to have a twist, I don't like. I feel like progressive house is kind of more like the middle ground now.
Yeah.
I like to go on the other side of the spectrum. It's hard style, right? Like
all
the hard stuff. So now, if I'm in that mood, like it's like progressive, yeah, you got your build up or whatever, you get your drop, great. Hard style is just bang, bang, bang all the way, and
nonstop, keeps you
so
going.
crazy. And like, I actually went to my first hard style event. I think like probably like a year and a bit. I think it was a Blackout. And they went smaller from like Shaw Conference over to the Union Hall.
Right.
And so it was a little bit smaller, but it's the first hardstyle event. I'm thinking, it's like, I could really get into this.
Yeah.
But, man, my shoulders were wrecked just from doing
the hands in the air the whole
time.
They don't give you a break in hardstyle.
It's just all the way through. And I'm just thinking, I was like,
Yeah.
I love that. Like, if you've never listened to hardstyle while working out, do it.
Oh,
it's like you will
Keeps you
perform way better.
And you have a hardstyle track recommendation for us today, right?
I do. So I do. I've been listening to a lot of the Tweekaz.
The Tweekaz.
Not the Tweezas.
Perfect segue from eyebrows.
Exactly. That's exactly why I did that. But yeah, the Tweekaz is a great duo, and like I'm also a big Disney fan as well. I do love Moana. It's probably one of my new favorite movies.
Yeah.
And then so when they made their I guess the little remix of it, I'm just thinking, I was like, I love the Disney movie and I love this track. It's so cool. And then the other part of it was also just house music with a lot of bass. And it was one of the bigger things for me. And then also, same thing with house is trance as well. Trance is a big deal too, because it's just like it's constant melody all the way through. Whether you need it for studying, relaxing, working out, it covers all of those kind of fields.
And trance has been, I feel like, one of those genres where like since it began however long ago, they've had like their diehard fan base who's like, because I feel like the whole vibe of trance songs hasn't changed too much. Like there is the classic trance where it's like more, I guess, like less changes throughout the whole track. But overall, like a trance song is a trance song for like the last 20 plus years or however old it is. And their fan base has been like, I don't know anyone who like, it's like, oh, I'm jumping on the trance train. Everyone just like, I love trance, like kind of thing. And then like keep up with all the trance podcasts and go to the trance shows. It's like, they're always successful.
Even like a lot of people say like first EDM song
they've
ever listened to probably was trance.
Probably,
House
it's like
trance.
that's,
I mean, like that's what
mind.
was there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't know what Darude was. That's another example. I didn't know what Sandstorm was. I want to know if that's like trance related, but it's just like it's been in so many trance remixes.
Trance everyone
playlists.
knows it.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Now, so it's just like. That was such a good segue too for people, because I think that song came out in '99 or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while.
Yeah, and so now it's like everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
Now, even if you're not a hardcore EDM,
you hear that,
you know exactly what it is.
Who is that? I know that.
I know that song. Or like some people like, this is my song. It's just like, listen, you got into EDM 3 months ago. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like, but they know it.
Yeah.
And I think like. Even just listening to that, just like certain intros, and just like it just gets people's bloods going. Yeah, and they just want to like just
flips
dance
that switch,
or something.
and then it's on. So
like if you listen to EDM in your car and you're not moving, you're a freak. Personally, like if you're not dancing just a little bit in your car when you listen to EDM, it's just like I think you might be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But what do you say? Get yourself checked. Should we play some?
We'll play some. Yeah. I'll finish off the show with we got about 10 minutes left before we're at an hour, so I'd probably do that. I'll just I'll talk about the music that I chose for today, which is 2 more Korean tracks. One came out in 2015, and it's just like the chorus is super catchy. I'm trying to learn it before karaoke next week. Josh's birthday is next week.
Oh my god, I'm excited! I can't.
I'm gonna
wait
try to sing
hear
this Korean song. So I've been listening to it like on repeat all week to try to like get the vibe, and then I'll figure it out hopefully before next week. This other one is by a newer band called JBJ, and then my wife has been listening to them like on YouTube like almost every day for the past month, it feels like. So it's stuck in my head all the time too, but I really like this one song. And then I was kind of reviewing my old DJ sets that are on Mixcloud, and then the one that had the most listens was like this chill mix, and then it starts off with this like really nice melodic sound that I thought I'd include in today's mix too, because like that genre hasn't been around so much lately, so it might be cool to just get a taste of that again. So that pretty much brings us to the end of our talking points for today. So we'll jump into the mix. So, and
as somebody who doesn't know any Korean at all,
yeah,
especially when you start to use it, you know, it sounds like you've been learning it for years. So I would say like your progress of your Korean, I would say, is good.
Oh, thanks.
Of course, some of those native speakers probably just be like, you know, it's like it's getting better for sure. But for mine, I'm just thinking, I was like, for some, because you've just started like what?
I started, my first like sample of it was probably like over 4 years ago, but it was just like 1 3-month on and off course kind of thing. Yeah. And then I didn't touch it until like the last couple of years where I'm starting to learn more, but yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like you using it more now, like it's getting a lot better.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and definitely like the K-pop and stuff is really keeping my interest peaked, so I have the motivation to keep it up. And
K-pop's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and then just trying to share the trend with everyone who's going to listen to this, get you into some K-pop. So again, if you want to look up the bands that I'm going to play in today's mix for K-pop, one's called JBJ, stands for Just Be Joyful. Just Be Joyful. And the other one is called 17, like the number 17. I don't know why. There's like not even 17 members. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Thanks for listening to the bdonbits podcast 5th episode with my friend Josh. Till next time, D-Jack off. See you guys.
Yeah. All right. Say the name. 17. Yeah. 내 맘 때리는 gesture. 맛을 상상하지 100번. 볼 깨고 나서 매번. I'm so stupid. 소리서 make me. 네가 내 왼팔에 발짝 끼지. 꼬물기면 왜 이래. 마치 영이 없는 철수같이. 어떻게 머릿속에 가득 할 말이 많은데 내가 대신 맞춰. 그녀를 노래 쌓는 거 한번 찍었으면 yeah I got a slam dunk. 너만 여주가 돼줌 이건 명작로. 송대 비춰져진 말 한마디 꺼내기가 왜 힘이 듭니까. 아버지도 어머니께 이랬습니까. 뚝뚝한 내가 이젠 평소에도 널 걱정해. 길을 걸을 때 baby 위험하니까 꼭 안쪽으로 걸어. 잠깐 소녀야 절대 넌 자꾸 설레게 녹지 마. 내가 질투나잖아. 잠깐 소녀야 지금부터 널 내 거라고 부를 거야. 소심해서 소심한 girl 이제부터 나를 좀 my lady. My city, my city, my city, yeah. My city, my city, my city, yeah. My city, my city, my city, yeah. 네가 나를 볼 때면 My city, my city, my city, yeah. My city, my city, my city, yeah. My city, my city, my city, yeah. 매일 너를 꿈꾸는 적 남자 사람 친군 척네 주위를 계속 맴돌기만 해 매일 보는 사이인데 뇌볼 빨개지는데 이상해 말도 못해 나 왜 이래
Everyone loves the things she do 중심을 잃어버려 네 앞에서 나도 다시 본 보았음 어제와는 다르죠 또 가끔은 지쳐 너를 생각하면 그쯤은 감수해 I'll be a daydreamer
아슬아슬 위험하게 내 맘 갖고 노는데 나 어떻게 해야 해 더 커져가고 있는데
What?
너는 나의 꽃이야 너는 나의 봄이야 계속 피어나니까 감당 안 돼 어떻게 나 이제부터는 내게
있잖아
안아줄 거야
언제나
처음 만난 그 순간부터 너 나의 꽃이야 나의 꽃이야 Swear baby
to get with this bum, 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 to get with this bum,
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, though I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
building this house on the moon, like a lost astronaut, looking at you like a star from a place the world forgot. And there's nothing that I can do except bury my love for you. The brightness of the sun will give me just enough to bury my